The Pueblo Star Journal presents Bree on a Budget. Bree on a Budget is a production of the Voices of Pueblo podcast. This secondhand showcase episode features the Assistance League and the Bargain Box, with guests Eileen, Feret, and Theresa Hart. Was produced and narrated by Bree Pappan.
Good afternoon, Pueblo. This is Bree on a Budget. I am Bree Pappan, and welcome to the show. It's May, and for our special feature this month in Bree on a Budget, we have a secondhand showcase, and we are putting the Assistance League and the Bargain Box thrift store in the spotlight. I am really excited to have two lovely ladies with me here today from the Assistance League. I have Eileen Feret, who is the volunteer marketing director, and Theresa Hart, who is the VP of membership. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
us.
you having us with you today.
I really want to just dive into what the Bargain Box does, what the Assistance League does, and how you became established in our community. Theresa, do you want to take that?
Sure. Thank you. Well, it's my pleasure to explain all about us to you all today. The history with the Assistance League is that it's a national organization. There are 95 chapters throughout the United States, and we're the first nonprofit, non-political, non-sectarian organization, and it was established we were chartered in 1964, and the motto for the Assistance League is transforming lives and strengthening communities. Underneath that, most of the Assistance League organizations and chapters have a bargain box, a thrift store. And not all chapters have that, but that is ours. And so our thrift store has been in business since 1964. And
That's fantastic.
All volunteers.
And I will say that I am a customer at the Bargain Box. I have come in at both I first discovered you when you were on 4th Avenue, and I fell in love with it. And I have found some amazing treasures in there. And I have always had wonderful conversations with the ladies that are there volunteering that day, and just friendly faces and full of information and super helpful. And it just really has been one of my favorite places to thrift and find secondhand finds. Tell me a little bit more about how the Bargain Box, how they operate in terms of the types of things that they take in and what the process is in terms of your putting it out on the floor for sale.
Okay, great. Well, again, we are an all-volunteer staff, so that's one thing that we really like to emphasize. We do take donations from the community, so we have amazing donors, and quite often we get brand new items. So we take most things, not furniture. We are a small store, so it's primarily clothing from children's, men's, women's, shoes, purses, small housewares, linens.
No electronics.
Yeah, no electronic things.
Okay.
And we take the small appliances, but definitely not furniture.
Sure.
And we have a staff of volunteers. Our big donation days are Monday mornings, Thursday mornings from 8:30 to noon, but we will accept small donations throughout the week. But we have a little army of volunteers in the back room, our receiving room. They receive things, they unpack them, they inspect them. And I love to tell you that our store, when you come in, it's beautiful and it's light and bright and it smells great.
It totally is. It's organized, and it's just, and the quality of items that you have that you offer are really fantastic and just hand selected. So I think it's definitely a curated store, which I enjoy.
We like to think of ourselves as upscale.
I would agree.
But
the prices are not upscale.
Right. The prices are
quality.
There's several sales each week, which I post on our Facebook pages.
Yeah.
And it's clean. Everything's clean.
Yeah.
Just shoes are phenomenal.
Yeah. I wish people could see our back room because our volunteers spend a lot of time sorting the clothes.
Sorting and cleaning.
We wash clothes. We
Ironing.
steam clothes. Our ladies scrub the shoes. Everything is sanitized before.
That is very uncommon, because when you go into let's call them big box thrift stores or other thrift stores through various organizations, it is the opposite. It is, I have been behind the scenes in other thrift stores that are here and just in general, and the process is completely different. There is not as much care that's given to the items that are donated. They're not usually may or may not be inspected closely. So I think that comes through absolutely
Great.
when you are
Good.
shopping, and you can definitely see it. Eileen, in terms of getting the word out about the Bargain Box and of course the Assistance Leagues and everything that you do in the community, what do you feel are the biggest challenges in terms of technology and getting visibility for all of that for the organization and the thrift store? What are some of the biggest challenges you've come up against? You mentioned that you've been there for now 3 years with the organization.
Mhm.
What are some of the things that you have noticed about marketing for the
When I first started, excuse me, there was no Instagram marketing. There was no app marketing. There was a webpage, and there still is. It needs desperate cleanup, and trying to get the word out to everybody about the types of fundraisers that we do, the store itself. That we obviously think it's the best upscale store.
Of course.
I mean, when I say upscale, we really do have. We have a department called Top of the Box, which has named
brand
clothing,
thing?
yes, and you can find things there with tags on still. But getting the word out to everybody, it was not a lot of publicity beforehand. So I started with helping Theresa and another gal in our major fundraiser, which is the holiday fashion show, which we'll talk about later.
Okay.
But I coordinate the holiday craft market that goes with it.
Oh my
And
gosh,
so
okay.
trying to get the word out, because no one knew it was open to the public. So
The market,
the market is only one day
Okay.
every single year, but it is open to the public.
and that's been going on how long?
It's been going on 5-10 years. I'm not real
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
But it's more than 3.
Well, that ends today, because if you're on the podcast, then we're certainly going to get the word out for you.
Yes.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
think what happened was, with just a sidebar to that, is that the fashion show was open. We have over 600 ticket buyers that come to our fashion show.
660 last
So
year.
they tend to be, the ticket holders tend to go to the shopping part. And so we're trying to get out the word that you don't have to have a ticket to the fashion show to come to the market.
I see.
But going back
Okay.
to your original question with the challenges, is that we're all volunteers.
Yeah.
Many of us are retired. Some of us are recently retired. So we've been in the workplace recently, but the technology and to keep up with what you do every day is amazing. Podcasts and all the different
Yeah.
social media that some of our volunteers still work full time, and they do
Sure.
this on the side. So
Sure.
it's finding the skill set of a volunteer. So we need volunteers, and with all these skills to help us do that.
Sure.
Because sometimes we get involved working the store, and we don't necessarily. So we're trying to learn as we go to
Right.
increase our exposure.
It's difficult. Sometimes you catch yourself focusing on the physical aspect,
Right.
which is the store
Right.
existence and the way it looks and what's there, rather than getting the marketing
Right.
aspect.
We're trying to do both
So,
at
yeah,
the same
my
time.
my
That's
goal
great.
has been more exposure on social media, and
Yeah.
like I call into KRCC's community calendar and let them know what we're doing.
Perfect.
So I'm trying. More places would be great. If anyone knows of other places I should be, I do Next Door app also. So,
Yeah, next door. Okay.
yeah. So I try to get it out to everybody.
Yeah.
We have had good success on the amount of views on the Facebook pages now,
Okay.
since I advertise at least 3 times a week now, and it can see the insights and the views go up. So there's about, between the 2 pages, there's about 3,000 followers.
The secret behind that is how many shares you get. So the
Yes.
secret is
Right.
that the people that are following your page,
Right.
if they share your posts, that is really where the visibility increases and is noticeable.
Right.
So if you can basically get everybody that you follow to share the post, that is really how it gets out. Because if you have somebody that's following your page and they have 10,000 followers and they share it, that means 10,000
Exactly.
followers more
Exactly.
are seeing your post.
Exactly.
So that's really where it's at
Right.
in terms of, and so you do have an Instagram and Facebook page?
We do have an Instagram and a Facebook page. We have 2 Facebook pages. One is for the Bargain Box itself,
Right.
and the other one is a National Assistance League of Pueblo page.
Okay.
And so I put less on that page than I do on the Bargain
Yeah.
Box page, but they do
Right.
get the same information.
Right. So something else that I just think is really phenomenal about your organization is the affiliation with Operation School Bell.
Yeah.
And according to your website, which is updated in this aspect, you've been affiliated with that since 1973.
Correct. Yeah.
And the work that you do through that, helping the youth, school-age kids, and also college-age kids is fantastic. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how that operates in the community?
Okay. Sure. Well, we've been doing it since 1973, and it has evolved greatly from, I think originally some of the students would come to the store and they would get clothing from the store.
Okay.
And then they kind of evolved to, well, let's buy them new socks and so forth, and the challenges with all of that. But over the last many years, have a fantastic partnership with the North Side Walmart. Got to give
Okay.
Jesse and his staff big kudos. They are a major partner with us. Our director of the, I'm not sure her title's director, but Stephanie Smith has been in charge of the Operation School Bell for many years and highly organized. So she has built relationships with the counselors of the schools, middle school, elementary schools in the city and county of Pueblo.
Is it both D60 and 70?
D60 and 70, right. And through them, they identify the children that are in need.
Mm-hmm.
And Stephanie does this, and her team do an amazing job of scheduling all of these students. And what it involves is, I should have written down, I'm sorry, the date that we actually do it. It's in September.
Sure.
And in addition to working our store all day, in the evening, we have our team go out to the Northside Walmart. And they greet the students, make sure they have their vouchers. Elementary school students receive $100 vouchers. Middle school students get $125. Walmart works with us, and he puts a lot of things on sale.
Sure.
And their staff help us as far as helping the students do the shopping. We help them shop. We try to help them find the sales.
They have a list of
They have a list. Yes,
items.
thank you. Yes, they are required to get certain items. So they must get underwear and socks and a jacket or a hoodie or slacks or uniform clothing.
Right.
Things like that. So there has to be school appropriate clothing.
Right.
And
I think I feel like most of the kids, maybe 75% of the kids have to wear a uniform shirt.
I'm not sure it's that high anymore. I think it's kind of
elementary, middle school, but maybe not high school, but definitely elementary, middle. But because I know some of the schools have now closed, unfortunately, that have done that. But so go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Theresa.
So they just come in and they have designated times to come in and shop, and we help them make sure that they get their money's worth. And we also provide what we call a hygiene kit. So they get full size deodorant, shampoo, toothbrush, toothpaste, things like that they body wash. And we have some little snacks and games, and we provide them with a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what we do for the elementary school and middle school kids. Yeah. And that's a whole week that we do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's wonderful.
And the store is still open.
Mm-hmm.
Our store.
Yeah.
During that time.
At the same time. So have you ever had kiddos come in and buy clothing in the store as well using these vouchers, or is it exclusively with the Walmart partnership?
We only do it with Walmart.
Okay.
And the voucher that we provide is our voucher to the students.
Okay.
And they come in and it's only valid for that time frame.
Okay. Now, also tell me about the wonderful scholarship opportunities that you provide to students at PCC and CSUP. I read somewhere that, I want to say this again, that since Operation School Bell began in 1973, you have helped 43,000 students in the school district, and 1,200 for this.
That's our goal for this year.
That's your goal for this year. So you will hope to meet that in September.
Right.
In terms of,
and that's why our motto for the store is thrifting for a cause.
It is totally.
So the money that people come into the store, we explain our mission every time to them. And we do have other fundraisers that we'll talk about a little bit later that help us.
Okay. Do you have a roundup option?
Not yet.
We're looking at other options.
Because that is a huge thing across the board. retail, no matter where you go, you can round up or you can donate.
Right. We would love to do that, but our machinery doesn't allow us to do that at this point.
So we have a new board coming on in May. So we're hoping we can make some.
That was just food for thought.
Absolutely. It's all radar.
But since 1966, the Assistance League has provided scholarships to students at PCC and CSUP. And to date, you have raised $300,000 in funding for students at the college level. That is unbelievable. And that is another outlet because higher education is expensive. Even if you still want to go to CSUP, it's $10,000.
Right.
It's $10,000, no matter where you live, in state, out of state. That doesn't really matter anymore. It's kind of a moot point.
The backside.
And so, tell me a little bit about the types of scholarship opportunities that you offer for those CSUP and PSCC students.
Well, as far as their majors, it's pretty wide open. We've done a whole lot. We've done from fire safety to many other
medical assistance,
study,
whatever you can.
Okay,
right. It's pretty wide open. They do have to be a sophomore.
Okay,
going into their sophomore year, they do. That way, they have an idea of what it is they want to do.
Sure.
I think their GPA has to be 3.5. And
they have to do an application.
And we do have an application, and we're in the process of doing that now. The applications have been received from both schools, and the interviews are being conducted, and they're kind of at the final stages.
Yeah, I was going to say, so, if they haven't already, students that are high school graduates this year, they spend the summer, if they're attending school here in Pueblo, if they're going to stay here, spending the summer looking for local funding opportunities. So that's always something that they can, of course, think about for next year. If they're going to attend PCC or CSUP, they'll be going as a freshman. So next year, they can certainly come to you to find funding. Maybe they need to pay for books, or maybe it's, so is it a
it's
fixed amount?
Only. It's tuition only.
Tuition
only.
Yeah.
And it could be pretty equivalent to, I don't have the latest information, but pretty close to a semester. So in 2025, let me see if I can refer back here, $16,000 was awarded for 2 students at CSU Pueblo. So it was about $8,000 apiece. And at PCC, there were 3 students that received $9,000 between the 3 of them. We do get donations from the public that donate to us. And we did have a donor that provided some income to us that was designated for scholarship. So we were going to increase that, I believe, by 4 students this year.
Nice.
So we thank the public for remembering us in their,
so it's not just about, it's not about thrifting. It's just about your interface with the public and in terms of what your impact is in terms of helping the youth of Pueblo. That's fantastic. So we're going to take a quick break, and we are going to come back and talk about a fantastic raffle that's going to be happening at the Bargain Box. So we'll be fundraising.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back.
Homeownership is possible with a trusted partner.
It brings us a lot of joy to be able to say that this house is our own and that we've poured our hearts into making it our own.
Alyssa and Ryan are among the more than 155,000 people Chaffa has helped become homeowners since 1974. It starts with homebuyer education and connecting you with a statewide network of participating lenders. Get started at chfainfo.com/yourhome. Chaffa is an equal housing lender.
And we're back. I'm here with Eileen and Theresa from the Assistance League and on behalf of the Bargain Box Thrift Store. Before we get into kind of the next thing I want to talk about, what are the biggest challenges that you faced at the Bargain Box Thrift Store, not just in marketing, but in terms of manpower, different things like, it's a retail setting. What types of things have you, you guys have been in business a very long time. Should be an effortless, experience in Bargain Box when you're thrifting, when you're shopping. So what are the things that have challenged you the most in terms of the Bargain Box?
I would say because we've been in business for so long, honestly, this team, and I just have to keep emphasizing, it is all volunteers.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing team. Some of our members have been members for 30 years. And so they really have the system down pretty darn well.
For sure.
And I would have to say that our biggest challenge, aside from the marketing thing, actually operating the store is volunteers. So one of my goals as membership person this year, VP, is to really try to recruit new members. And again, some of them are full time. So if they're bank tellers or anybody out there that organizations, your give back to the community, sometimes it's not a check, it's your staff. And you want your staff to volunteer and give back to Pueblo, we need you. If you could do one Saturday a month in our retail store, awesome. If there's a Thursday or a Friday, or excuse me, a Monday or a Thursday, our donation days, you can come in and help. We would love that for receiving, or we can train you and you can come in on another day. So that is really what we need.
And how many volunteers do you currently have? I don't know if
we have about 75 members, I believe, about 79 members. Those are paying members they're there, but I would have to say probably about, I would estimate 35 members that actually
That's still a lot.
The store.
That's a lot.
Yes. And we're all different age groups. And then we do have some from, like I said, in their 80s all the way down to their 20s, but we would sure need help. We all have other things in our lives besides the bargain box.
Sure,
so we all want to participate in our churches and other community groups. And our volunteers have donated. In fact, last year we had over 20,000 hours. And if you equate that to what I think it's over $35 an hour, $38 that the state says a volunteer is worth, that's $775,000 worth of labor that we receive from our generous volunteers. So, but it's still not enough.
Right.
We need
It's never enough. I mean, so to get with that, Eileen, I want you to talk with us about the raffle, the wedding dress raffle that is happening starting tomorrow. Is that correct? We're going to start selling tickets. Tell us about all the things about the wedding raffle.
We received wedding dress that was in beautiful, perfect, excellent condition. And it actually was not 20 years old. It's only a year old. It's still on David's Bridal's website.
Okay.
So it's a $600 dress at David's Bridal. It is a size 12, not a 2.
Which is sometimes the challenge of thrift shopping, because it's there's one, but is it your size?
Exactly. There's no stains. I mean, it's a wonderful looking dress. And the idea was, let's raffle it off and see how many people are interested in that kind of a deal and can get to come in the store and see what else we do. Learn about our philanthropy and our volunteerism, and also maybe get our dress for $20. The tickets are $20 each.
Okay.
The sale starts tomorrow, the 18th or 16th, and then it goes through June 8th.
Okay.
There is a display in the bargain box where you can actually see it and touch it if you have clean
It's
hands.
beautiful. I've seen pictures. It is absolutely wonderful. June, I mean, we are thinking about June weddings. I mean, it is wedding season. Or anytime, it would be a beautiful anytime. I mean, a lot of people get married in the wintertime here.
Plan ahead.
So, it's beautiful. So then,
the raffle itself will actually end June 8th. And the drawing will be June 11th at 2 p.m. at the bargain box. Okay. You don't have to be there because you have to give us all your information on the ticket when you buy it. So, but we're hoping good. It is a lovely dress. We actually had one of the customers try it on yesterday and model it for us.
Wonderful.
And so I have some pictures of that I will be putting on the website. Her face is not in it, so we don't have to worry about that. But it is lovely. And
I will say I worked yesterday and the customer came in and she said, well, I've been trying to lose weight and I'm going to get married in the fall. So
oh my gosh.
To come back.
That's kind of perfect.
Yeah. So she's going to try to get a ticket. And I will have to give kudos to Eileen and several other volunteers that worked very hard yesterday to put up the display. We have a tuxedo, a man's tuxedo, a child's tuxedo, some Mother of the Bride dresses.
Mother of the Bride. We have a gift area. Yeah.
So it's a beautiful display of all kinds
only
of
raffling the dress, right? But you can buy any of the other stuff. You can get a tuxedo for $30. Who gets that?
Yeah.
So come check it out.
Yes,
or get more than one wear out of it. That's whole.
And come and see what the rest of the store is about. I mean, yes, that's it should be fun, and that's why we want to publicize everything we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And the raffle and the information about the raffle will be in our digital issue, which is coming out the 22nd of May, which is next Friday, as well as there will be more information about the bargain box and your store hours and different things. One more thing is that in terms of, Pueblo has becoming, there are more and more thrift stores that are opening here in Pueblo. Steel City Thrift, for one, just opened on Santa Fe. It's across the street from Pueblo Drip. I've had both of those people on the program. They're wonderful. Tomorrow is Vintage Store Day, or Thrift Store Day, by the way, May 16th. So I'm giving a shout out to go visit your local thrift store, your secondhand store, your vintage store, and patronize these small businesses in Pueblo, because this is very important to keep these small businesses alive. Patronize your charitable organizations to help keep them in business. Of course, you are definitely the longest running charitable organization, thrift store platform in Pueblo, most definitely. So where do you find yourself in terms of, an interest with younger generation? Where do you find, do you have difficulty getting, the visibility through them? I definitely think, social media is a pathway to get an audience with youth. And of course, your work with the elementary schools, with the students. What do you find is difficult in terms of trying to garner that audience?
One of the offerings that we do is prom dresses.
Nice.
And we've learned about another area where we have prom dresses that don't sell. We can donate to them so that they will give them. So we do go hand in hand with other community organizations and getting all fun stuff for the kids, not just toothpaste.
Right.
And we're trying to we would love to have, senior high students often have to do community hours for graduation. And so we're going to talk about being able to offer that to them. One thing that doesn't really have a whole lot to do, I guess, with children, but as we did our Christmas market 2 years ago, one of the gals who was a vendor at the market was one of the families that we had actually helped when her children were small. So it was a coming full circle thing. And how much she appreciated it. Mm-hmm. And her son was there helping her, and he's now, college age.
Wow.
But he voiced appreciation also. And says
that would be a wonderful endorsement, for to have that family and, come and say a few words about how the bargain box has helped them family and how the organization has helped them family. I mean, endorsement, partnerships, that's all types of different things that can boost your visibility, but also, just in terms of how people view you in the community, in terms of your partnership ability. So, I mean, that kind of leads me into the next. She's dying to say something, Eileen.
Well, one of the other things that we've been asking at the store, when people come up and buy things, what are you using this for? Obviously, it's shorts, they're going to wear them.
Yeah.
We have a woman who was buying a set of china, and her daughter had just gotten married. It was a very small wedding, and she bought this china because she was going to have the reception at their house.
Wonderful.
And I said, would you please send us photos?
Oh,
and she did. Yeah. She sent me 10 photos, and it was just lovely. And I wrote it up on our Facebook page, and that got the most views ever.
Secondhand purchases in action.
So we did try to get stories from everyone, but of course,
that's wonderful.
Our fundraising thing is the biggest part that we.
Well, we did that when you were talking about the testimonial. We did have a high school student last year at our fashion show who did a testimonial about how important it was for her to receive items at the Operation School Bell. And we do have customers that will tell us all the time. We ask about them and do they know about us? And we have many that are our customers that their family was touched by Operation School Bell. And I recently met, so I'm glad you asked that question, because I just recently met this really adorable couple, young couple, and one of them was recipient of Operation School Bell, and the other one was a recipient of a scholarship.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we're going to be visiting with them and having them kind of help us out a little bit. But also working in the store, I had a young lady that came in who got her first job, and I'm thinking it was at Pueblo Community College. And she was buying all this amazing career wear. And as
Sure.
Eileen said, we get a lot of things with tags on it.
Right.
A lot of brand name things. So if you can get a skirt for $7, or that's our average price.
Can't beat that.
And a lot of time things are on sale. So she had got this amazing wardrobe, and she was so excited for her first job.
Mhm.
And she said she had come back another day when she had some things on sale. And she said she showed everything to her friends, and they were amazed. And she told them where she got everything. And they said, "Why do you thrift?" And her reply was, "Why don't you?"
Why don't you?
So
Exactly. That is basically the underlying message on this show is, you can get all of the things that you want at the secondhand store, the thrift store, at the bargain box that are more expensive for you, and you can have the same feeling. It's still new to you. It's new in your life. It's new to you. So it's the same feeling.
Sustainability.
Yeah.
And in fact, that's the other thing is that we have what we call we call it changeover. But when we do our seasonal changeover, we have throughout the year, I should say, we do help other organizations in town, like the Mission and some of the others that help the needy in our community. And so we do help those organizations throughout the year. But when we have our seasonal change out, we do have a more expanded area. So we don't throw anything away. Our stuff, if it's wearable, it is going to be either sold in our store, we're going to recycle it within our community. We have other organizations we recycle with. So it's all about sustainability and affordability. And in these days, that's what we are all about.
Absolutely.
And it
I
takes
agree.
a village.
And it goes to a great cause.
Yes.
Okay. Well said. Thank you. Yeah, confession time. Some of the most fantastic vintage that I've ever found, I got at the bargain box. I found just list a couple things. And this was mostly on 4th, when you were on 4th Avenue. I found a Victorian black beaded blouse. I found a 2-piece Chinese silk dress and jacket. I found some 1950s high-waisted skirts, pencil skirts, and pants. I found a Lillian coat from the 1960s. And at the time, and I still do occasionally, I do turn it in terms of I do sell online. Have you thought about, you know where I'm going with this, Eileen? And I'm going to make a public platform saying that I will offer my services to the bargain box to help you create an online selling platform for higher end vintage clothing that comes in. Just vintage clothing, not modern clothing with labels. Like, for example, Anne Klein, Carol, blah, blah, all this, Dinah Karen, all this, the modern labels. But because I've gotten some things that are really blow me away, that benefited me. So I feel like I need to do something that gives back to you, because I've gotten some things there that have been beneficial to me financially. So is that something that you have thought about for the bargain box?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And again, it's just a matter of so thank you very much for that very generous offer. We will take that. And that is something that we do need to pursue and would like to pursue. Again, it's our skill set.
Right.
And it's the population. We're not paid employees. We're not young people who are used to doing this all the time.
Right.
So we definitely would appreciate any assistance from anybody out there to help us with that. Our national organization had been revamping over the last few years. They've been offering us many tools that we didn't have before. So I'm probably going on a Zoom meeting every week, going to these different workshops that they're having, and they will be talking about this very topic.
It's about keep staying relevant and being relevant in their community, and modernization, and keeping up with all these things and trends and all kinds of different things. And that's the same thing goes through, these other thrift organizations and how they stay relevant. And there is another organization that has an overarching website that they sell nicer things on, vintage items, collectible items. And it's not just clothing. I'm talking like you get like maybe a baseball card collection, or something like that.
Right.
You know, there needs to be
right?
there. There's a way that you can benefit, that the store can benefit, the organization can benefit, and drive visibility. I mean, in terms of so.
And then we have to have the infrastructure to support that.
Right.
But yes, it's been one of the things I'm pretty keen.
Did I read your mind?
Pretty keen. Just getting online stuff going.
We're very excited.
I have put some stuff on Marketplace, which is not. I have to put it under my name just because it's not.
Right.
We don't have a thing with them.
Right.
But yeah, learning how to do all of this and how to read.
It's about growing your customer base.
Exactly right.
Absolutely. We want to stay with the programs.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And we appreciate your offer.
Well, of course.
Yes,
totally
we do.
appreciate your
Of course. Is there anything else that you want to shout out about the Bargain Box or the Assistance League or Operation School Bell?
I think we covered quite a bit. Please call the Bargain Box if you have any questions. Oh, I will say that we talked a little bit about our fashion show. Do you mind if I touch base on that?
That's in December, during the holidays.
Yes, it's always the first Friday in December. So this year will be December 5th. And all the proceeds for the fashion show are dedicated to Operation School Bell.
Excellent.
So we do have a golf tournament in August, and that will be Operation School Bell proceeds as well. But it's a little bit more generous. We could use it for some of our other philanthropy programs. But the fashion show is solely dedicated to Operation School Bell. So this event is it's a well-established event. Most people in the community look forward to it
They
every
dress
year.
up big time.
We sell over 600 tickets, and it includes, as Eileen said, we have a shopping boutique, and it's a curated event that Eileen has helped me with the last couple of years, finding it's not just your average stuff. It's cool stuff, cool art stuff that we sell. We have entertainment in the lobby. We have a photo booth.
It's an all-day wonderful thing.
Yes.
A gift for your
It's
employees, your mom. I mean, it's and people dress up. We're talking sequins.
Wow.
Yeah, sequins and stilettos. It is amazing, but it's really fun.
Yeah.
It really is fun.
And
a good time.
And it is a professional show. And with some local models as well as some entertainment. And it's a full day, as Eileen said, and it's wonderful. We decorate the whole convention center. We take over the whole thing.
Wow. Okay. So it's at the Public Convention Center. Okay.
Yep.
Very
How many
good.
Christmas trees are up?
I think we put up about 30 Christmas trees. The place is gorgeous.
Wow.
So we'd love to have you all join us.
It includes
If you've never
lunch.
been before, but we do have many customers. Yes, and of course the luncheon. Thank you. And it is many people have tell us all the time that they have bought and attended this event for many years as a mother-daughter thing, a sister thing, a girlfriend thing. A lot of men have been coming lately.
Yeah.
My husband actually attended last year and was pretty much blown away.
That's awesome.
So I was, it kind of gives me the chills. I appreciate his support, but he was blown away by how professional the organization is and what this very small army of ladies were able to pull off. With the help, we do have community volunteers. I will say that, too, is that a lot of our volunteers come in for just special events. So they might help us with the fashion show or the golf tournament or just special things. And we definitely couldn't do it without them. A lot of them are our spouses and brothers and people that we know, so forth. So
we're not averse to having men.
Yes, we need you. We need everybody.
At the store even.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Theresa Hart and Eileen Feret, thank you so much for joining me today. This has been Bree on a Budget. I'm Bree Pappan, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much again.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
You've been listening to Bree on a Budget, a production of the Voices of Pueblo podcast, presented by the Pueblo Star-Journal. This episode, Secondhand Showcase with the Assistance League and the Bargain Box, was produced and narrated by Bree Pappan. The Pueblo Star-Journal thanks Colorado Housing and Finance Authority for their support of this podcast. To learn more and to support nonprofit local news in Pueblo, Colorado, visit pueblostarjournal.org. Thank you for listening.